Hey there, Fedora 44 is now out, and let me give you my honest opinion about it after about a month of using it. So yeah, welcome to the channel. So I have been using the Fedora 44 beta since the beta version, basically. So that's for the past month or so. And while there have been a couple of little bugs, specifically with the grub bootloader, that was all like dealt with and solved before it was actually released today. So from my perspective, this is a very boring release. I mean, there are honestly, I can't find a single thing to say that is bad about this release. I have previously tried Fedora multiple occasions, and I never really clicked with it. And the biggest reason why I never clicked with it, first, it was a little bit foreign to me because I'm used to Debian based distributions, but eventually I got used to it. But then I have had issues. I have had multiple issues with Fedora, with login screens, with drivers, specifically NVIDIA drivers, with this and that. Every single time there was something. And not to drag this video too long, I'm just trying to make a point that Fedora always kind of disappointed me in a way that it simply didn't work. From the perspective of a user who wants a good Linux desktop experience, I always kind of stumbled upon something that wasn't quite right with Fedora up until this very version. So version 44, I can't find the fault. And I have went into using this distribution as you know since the day that I have installed the beta version, uh, and I wanted to use it up until the point where it disappoints me, and basically that day haven't arrived. In the beginning, I have used a GNOME version of Fedora, just Fedora Desktop, and that one was based on GNOME 50, right? The one that finally doesn't have any kind of X11 session. Not that Fedora had it previously, but now it definitely doesn't have it. This version of Fedora was fine. I actually found myself enjoying GNOME. It worked well for me. I have a couple of specific annoyances with GNOME, not Fedora, but with GNOME specifically. And it's about how they deal with Windows and stuff. But in order to get back to actual Fedora experience, that was fine. I mean, some of the things are dealt with in a specific way, like codecs. On Fedora, you have to install them by clicking the third-party codecs repository, and there are some specific ways of how you do things on Fedora, but none of that is really specific to me telling you whether this distribution is good or bad, right? What I really want to convey in this video is that this is the first time I am genuinely fine with this distribution, and I think I can see myself using it a little bit more. And I haven't installed it on my primary computer. Of course, I didn't do that. My primary computer uses Debian 13 without any of the side-loaded stuff. I just want rock stability with my main computer, because that one is where I depend on everything just plain boring working. And with Fedora, I'm not just convinced yet that this is going to be the case. So what I can do in regards to testing Fedora more, I can give it more time. Like now it has been a month. Let's give it more months and see where or when or will it disappoint me eventually. So what they did, they gave me the choice between GNOME and KDE. So KDE version is coming with version 6.6, right? This one has some specifics, and notably, I don't know, when you have multiple monitors, you can make them automatically pin Windows on your side monitors. So when you switch virtual desktops, this is, by the way, default behavior on GNOME, but on KDE you can now select that you can only switch with the workspaces on your main monitor while your other monitors stay put, so to speak. It's not as perfect as GNOME does it just yet. Like the wallpaper changes and moves around, but Windows stay put, so it's good enough. But I would like to see KDE work more on doing that. Also, Fedora 44 comes with anti-sync kernel module, so basically what this comes down to, that your video games that work through Proton and Wine will work better now. So that's good. That works out of the box. I did have an issue with installing Steam, and I will make a different video about this. And if you stumble upon that, how you can work around it and install Steam and make it functional for yourself. It's not quite a good enough reason to say, you know, Fedora sucks. It's just a minor issue with Steam that I have had. But as I said, different video about that. So if you are using Fedora 44 and you cannot install Steam, I got you covered on that very soon. What else can I say? KDE is now like a first class experience on this, and this is good. This is good because myself, I am more like a KDE user. I try to use GNOME, I try to use Cosmic and stuff like that, but I tend to gravitate back to KDE. It's just where I see myself more. Nothing against the other desktop environments. It's just how it is, you know. When you get used to something, it just works for you. I think that's about it. What I wanted to say. Kernel, you know, kernel on Fedora, you always get the latest version. It's not version 7 just yet on the release date, but I suspect it will be in a couple of days. It's just that they have had a little bit of crowded days upon the release. You know, they have all the latest, you know, toolchain upgrades like PHP 8.5, LLVM 22, CMake 4, Golang 126, Ansible 13, Ruby 4, latest version of MariaDB, you know, MySQL 11.8, GNU toolchain, GNU compiler collection 16.1, glibs 243, binutils 246, GDB 16.3, and all of this cool stuff. So what you have usually expected to get from Fedora, like a mix of a rolling distribution that had a relationship with a stable distribution, but it's actually something in between. So you get pretty much the latest desktop environment that gets updated through the 6-month period. So in roughly 2 months, there will be a new KDE Plasma release, and most likely you will be getting that on your Fedora 44. That's how they do it. Even officially now, they have it pinned into their rules of how they do things on Fedora. So KDE major releases are now written in stone that they do get major upgrades, just like they do it with GNOME. So before you upgrade to the next version of Fedora in half a year from now, you will be getting more cool stuff from KDE or from GNOME, whether you use this one or that one. Of course, Linux kernels, you will always get the latest one. Some of the some of the applications you will not get the latest ones, but those are all of the things that you can expect to get all of the major upgrades, you know, of the tool chains and stuff like that. The stuff that makes a stable distribution as stable as possible. These things don't change too much in Fedora, but you do get the shiny new stuff that is like desktop and stuff. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I don't have to show you anything meaningful. I was actually recording my laptop screen the entire time, and I wanted to show you stuff, but in the middle of recording, I realized I don't really have anything in particular to show you. I mean, I'm logged into my KDE session right now, and what do I have to show you in KDE that you can take away as a specific to Fedora 44? Basically nothing. It's just plain working KDE. It's, you know, if KDE has bugs, it will have bugs. It will have them in any distribution where you install it. So that's nothing specific to Fedora experience. What is specific about Fedora experience with KDE is that this is a first distribution that now ships their own fork of SDDM called KDE Plasma Login Manager. This one is like, you know, systemd only. Nothing specific about that, you know, it just comes with a systemd distribution, so it is what it is. And that's about it. The major takeaway that I want you to take from this video is not that Fedora is, I mean, Fedora 44 is specific about anything in any really meaningful way, except that this one is what I would recommend you to give it a try if you have been reluctant to give Fedora a try, for the reason that someone told you that it doesn't work well. And I would be one of those people who would have been telling you that Fedora doesn't quite work well. It has show-stopping bugs here and there, which might make you regret giving it a try. And this was my personal experience. It's not like, you know, I'm making up something. It's just my personal experience. I have had these major showstoppers that just made me kind of angry and unwilling to transition from my sweet spot, that is Debian, basically. I like how Debian just works, and I like the overall experience of a pleasantry that is a stable distribution, which you get to the point where it serves you well, and it never really stops serving you as well as it does. It can get new security updates and some tiny improvements, but basically it just is. And I have enjoyed this pleasantry from Debian, and whenever I would try to cross into a unknown territory, such as Arch Linux and Fedora, I would become uncomfortable when things that used to work now suddenly don't work because I have clicked daily update button, you know. So from this perspective, I really think that this is the version of Fedora that you should give a try. If you have been a KDE user, now is the best time to give Fedora/KDE a try. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.